Hi, I'm PC Scott Schofield, University Neighbourhood Officer. Greater Manchester is one of the safest places to live, work and study. It is unlikely you become a victim of crime, however, do not be complacent. By following the advice in this video and listening to stories of other students, you can reduce the risk of becoming a victim of crime.
On the morning of my final exam, two people broke into my house through an unsecured window and they stole both of my laptops. They climbed in, they climbed over the back wall and up into the property and then let themselves out through the back door. People were in the property at the time, which is the worst thing. I can't describe how truly awful that experience was, knowing that there was someone there. It was horrible. I felt very violated. I lost 3 years worth of work, photos, memories, which is much more valuable to me than the laptop itself. During my first year, we were presented with a student safety DVD and a talk from the police. But in your first year, it's quite easy to ignore. It's quite easy to just forget about it and just concentrate on having a good time. But this can happen to anyone, so it's important to listen to what they have to say and the points they have to make. I'd especially take on their advice about minimising the risks, like locking your door when you leave the house. Even if you've got a key to your room and you keep your valuables in your room, lock your door, close your window before you leave the house.
It was about 9:30 at night and I was walking back from uni. 3 guys ran up to me, one of them grabbed me from behind. Another walked right in front of me and said, "Give us what you got." I said I didn't have anything, so the one who grabbed hold of me threw me on the floor. He started kicking and punching me. I just had my hands kind of behind my head. I feel very anxious now about walking around, especially when I'm on my own or after dark. Also because my phone was stolen, I just feel like it's a real inconvenience. I lost all my numbers. We didn't have internet set up in the house yet, so it was really difficult to get into contact with anyone, and obviously angry as well that I've been attacked. My advice would be to try and avoid walking home alone if you can, especially after dark. If you really can't get someone to walk home with, you could always get a taxi back. And also pay attention to where I'm going, what's going on around me. Those guys came straight behind me. I could have heard them coming if I'd been paying attention. Also avoid any alleys or anything like that, any kind of poorly lit areas.
I went into uni one day and left my bike parked up, locked it with my rubbish lock, and came back. I left it a couple of days in an unlit area, and I came back and it was gone. As a student in Manchester, I use my bike for pretty much everything I do in terms of getting around. You can use the bus, but bike is free. So having my bike stolen was actually a disaster because it meant I have to walk or pay for transport and stuff. So this is the type of lock that I had. Mine was actually even worse than this. It was sort of a really rusty bike chain covered in a really thin bit of plastic with a code on it that I probably didn't even bother changing that often. And yeah, it was obvious that is the kind of thing that's really easy to cut through. And this is the one that they advise students to get these days, just a massive D-lock, just because it's so much safer, because the metal inside it is really difficult to cut through. If you're going to have a bike, this is probably the one to use, because these just get cut through really easily.
Manchester is known for having one of the best student nights out in the country. With a number of bars, clubs and venues across the city, there really is something for everyone. However, with any large city, it pays to be mindful. Try to avoid using cash machines late at night, especially when on your own. Always watch your drinks at all times and don't accept drinks off people you don't know. Never feel pressured into drinking more if you don't want to, and don't feel you can't have non-alcoholic drinks. At the end of the night, always try to leave with a group of people who you know. Only use licensed taxis and pre-book where possible. By following these safety tips, you can make the most of your time while studying in Manchester. For more safety advice, visit the G&P website. Thanks for watching.